Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
The U.S. Department of Justice says it found UC San Diego's School of Medicine used race in its admissions process. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. The department says that violates federal law. The finding comes after a 4-month federal review of the school's admissions practices. It's part of the Trump administration's effort to enforce restrictions on the use of race in college admissions. KPBS health reporter Heidi DeMarco is in the newsroom with the details.
The Justice Department says its investigation found that UC San Diego manipulated applicant data to increase racial diversity in its medical school admissions. The DOJ says that the medical school identified Black and Hispanic students based on the hardships they overcame, which the government says that's a proxy for race and that's banned under federal law. The Justice Department also says the staff could see applicants' race during the admissions process, and that as a result, some white and Asian applicants were denied in favor of Black and Hispanic applicants, even if they had lower academic credentials. It also found Black applicants were admitted at more than twice the rate of white applicants from 2023 through 2025. In a statement to KPBS, UC San Diego says it's reviewing the findings. The university says all the applicants have to meet the same strict standards regardless of their background. They also say it's committed to following federal law and is willing to work with the Justice Department and bring them into compliance. But if those efforts fail, the department says it will file a lawsuit. From the newsroom, Heidi DeMarco, KPBS News.
Well, overnight lows dropping down into the low 70s with mostly clear skies. We are tracking a little bit of a warming trend as we head towards the middle and later parts of the week, but not necessarily for everybody. And rainfall chances, once again, not for everybody. I'll break down exactly what to expect and who needs to be on the lookout for the rising temperatures and the rain coming up.
Several groups are officially pushing back against SDG&E's request to raise customer rates in 2028. KPBS Public Matters reporter Kevin Trevelyan says affordability is a chief concern.
SDG&E wants to raise monthly bills by about 8.5% in 2028. That means the average electric bill would jump about $14 over next year's estimates, while a natural gas bill would rise about $8. Edward Lopez leads the Utility Consumers Action Network, a San Diego-based organization that advocates for ratepayers. He says recent rate hikes have far outpaced inflation.
Coming on the heels of the ever-increasing request, at some point, isn't enough that we all feel the pains of these rates. They're getting out of hand.
Lopez's nonprofit and several other groups are formally protesting SDG&E's rate request with the California Public Utilities Commission. It's part of a complicated regulatory process that will extend into next year and possibly beyond. For now, protesting organizations are hiring experts to dig into the hundreds of pages making up SDG&E's application in order to answer some top-line questions.
What is the utility doing? What are they proposing to do more of? Is it reasonable? What's the cost associated with that?
For example, mitigating wildfire risk by burying power lines underground or covering conductors above ground. Melinda Dickinson is with the San Diego-based Protect Our Communities Foundation. She says SDG&E could save ratepayers money by prioritizing local solar power and storage over new costly transmission line projects.
What Protect Our Communities will be doing in this proceeding is presenting alternatives to SDG&E's heavy capital expenditures.
An SDG&E spokesperson says the utility's 2028 request prioritizes safe and reliable service while managing costs responsibly for customers. Kevin Trevelyan, KPBS News.
Residents in one Fallbrook neighborhood say they have to fill their own potholes despite paying an assessment for San Diego County to maintain them. These residents live on a private road and the county uses the funds from the assessment fee to handle repairs. But the county says that's no longer enough to pay for maintenance. An estimated $6 million is needed. Last month, the Board of Supervisors proposed a special tax on the November ballot to pay for the repairs and keep the private road viable for the long term. Stephen Shrewsbury with the Citizens for Sustainable PRD and Roads says that is unfair.
They basically said that they were the ones responsible for doing all the maintenance. We raise the money. Once we've raised it, it's theirs. They can do with it as they please. And they have not done anything, really, for the many years in terms of maintenance.
The county proposes dissolving the arrangement if there are not enough funds. That would leave homeowners on the hook to maintain their own roads. The city of San Diego may soon issue a permit to build a new fire station at the site in Mid-City. But not everyone agrees on the location. KPBS environment reporter Tammy Murga says opponents are pushing back because they want to preserve the natural habitat.
This canyon has been used and abused by people for decades.
For years, environmentalists and residents have fought plans for a new fire station in the Webster community. They say they support building a new fire station, but
for 8 years now to really say that this location is not the right location.
The location is on a steep canyon at 47th Street and Fairmount Avenue. It's a creekside natural wildlife habitat. Charles Riley is with the Sierra Club. He says the area deserves preservation.
It would really be destructive for the wildlife that use this as connectivity, as a place for wildlife to live. I mean, all around us we have very busy streets and highways, and this park here, this watershed is really able to hold a place for wildlife to live and to thrive.
The city's most recent projected cost for the fire station is $28 million. Opponents say the city did not pursue alternative sites as meticulously as the Fairmount location. Residents of the Leisureland Mobile Home Park say if the city puts a fire station here, they lose more than just a canyon. They lose a place to recreate, a place to build community.
We watch out for our coyotes that are in our community. We've made little cans, shaker cans, to let them know we're here so we don't, scare each other. We love watching the birds. We have so many birds come here that are unique, that are not normally even from this area because it's a good habitat. So a lot of that is going to change.
The city is expected to issue that permit soon. Opponents say the city council should consider other sites before greenlighting the location. That would give the public another chance to weigh in. Tammy Murga, KPBS News.
After the city finalizes an environmental report for the project, the public has 10 days to appeal. Pop culture fans are counting down the start of San Diego Comic-Con, and KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando joins us with a preview of what to expect. Beth, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to see you. I know this is a very busy time for you, and there is so much excitement about Marvel returning to Hall H with Avengers Doomsday, but you wanted to highlight something more homegrown, which makes sense for San Diegans. Tell us what that is.
Sure. Well, Marvel returning is a big deal, and it's going to pull some people off the floor and give people a little more space to walk around. But if you're from San Diego, you know Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. So they made that film in the 70s. They started it when they were high school kids. There's a scene at the end where every crazy person from San Diego was in at the end. I got to edit 3 of the sequels, and now the Killer Tomatoes are back. So apparently it's not artificial intelligence we have to worry about, it's organic intelligence. So the tomatoes are going to be on a panel where I'm on filming in San Diego, and that'll be Costa Dillon and Steve Peace. But the tomatoes get their own panel on Friday and a party on Saturday.
So is that the panel about creating virtual worlds? Tell us more about that.
No, that's another panel.
Oh, okay.
So I'm working on 2 panels this year. I'm a guest on the San Diego Film one, and then for Virtual Worlds, I'm going to be moderating a discussion. There's going to be a film which deals with video gaming and the virtual worlds created within that, and some of the potential dangers you have working in that virtual world. But I'm very excited about the fact that also on that panel is the visual effects artist from Sinners, which was one of my favorite films. So I'm very excited to talk about how do you create virtual worlds, and also clearing up confusion people might have between what's the difference between using CGI versus AI, how are those worlds created, and it's part of what all this excitement about Comic-Con is about. It's about creating these new and exciting worlds and adventures.
When is your panel happening? When is that panel happening?
So I am on one panel on Thursday at 2 o'clock, and then I am on another one Friday at 3 p.m.
Very exciting. So tell us, there's so much to cover at Comic-Con, and it's impossible to do even a part of it. So tell us what you will be covering, though, that we can look forward to.
Sure. Well, KPBS has a new arts YouTube channel, and they are going to let me play around a little bit and post some video there. One of my favorite places is Artist Alley and Small Press, and I am going to do a story on an artist called Rafael Navarro. What's exciting about him also is that one of his works of art is going to be in the new Lucas Museum that's opening in September. But he has created a luchador noir detective. So visually, like, this is so amazing and incredible. And I'll be doing a story about him and also updating information about the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art that's going to be opening.
That's exciting. And people without a badge can still have fun. You don't have to have a badge to enjoy Comic-Con. Give us some ideas of activities people can do without a badge.
Sure. So KPBS does a lot of work highlighting activities that are outside of Comic-Con, but I want to suggest something that is very Comic-Con themed. And I did a story on Now or Never Comics, which is walking distance from the convention, and they're going to be having some signings, some exclusive covers, and you can go there and still get the Comic-Con vibe of celebrating comics and creators.
Now, I will be remiss, Beth, if we didn't talk about your regalia and your wonderful purse. Tell us a little bit about this.
Sure. Well, you know, one of the things you do at Comic-Con is you shop. The exhibit floor has lots of dealers with great things. So as a Godzilla fan, I have a Tiki Godzilla shirt with a perfectly matching bag. And you can find these kind of things at Comic-Con. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's great. It's always something to take home too. Beth, thank you. Anime has been a staple at Comic-Con for years, and for some it's the highlight of the convention. And soon there will be a new convention in San Diego dedicated entirely to anime. And in a few minutes we'll hear from Beth again to tell us all about it. For now, it was great to have you on, Beth. Thank you so very much, and enjoy your Beth Accomando Olympics at Comic-Con.
Thank you so much.
I'm Jeff Bennett. Tonight on the NewsHour, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth faces questions on Capitol Hill as the war with Iran drags on. That's at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
We now know the identity of the third U.S. soldier killed amid escalated attacks in the Middle East over the weekend. The Defense Department says 30-year-old Sergeant Michael Swinton was killed Sunday during a controlled detonation of a downed Iranian attack drone at Erbil Air Base. He was from Fayetteville, North Carolina. The cause of the explosion remains under investigation. Two other soldiers, 25-year-old First Lieutenant Tyler Feehan and 19-year-old Private Isabella Gonzalez, died during an attack on Muwafaq Salti Air Base on Friday. Meanwhile, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth appeared before a key Senate panel today to seek additional money to fund the war with Iran. This hearing comes as the Pentagon's top spokesperson revealed nearly 100 service members have been hurt since July 7th. Lee Waldman has the latest.
Every night we're degrading them further and further, and the president has all the options necessary. If they want to talk, they can talk. Otherwise, they can deal with the War Department.
A stern warning from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ahead of his testimony before lawmakers in Congress. The Trump administration is lobbying members of Congress for tens of billions of dollars to fund the ongoing war, which has stretched on for nearly 5 months. Today, President Donald Trump vowed the fighting would continue.
They want to desperately meet, and until they're ready to meet in a meaningful way, we have no interest. Honestly, they haven't seen anything yet. We've been nice.
Secretary Hegseth's hearing appearance comes amid reporting that the Pentagon has been slow to discuss injuries to troops. In a post on X, the Pentagon's top spokesperson, Sean Parnell, said while nearly 100 service members have been injured since July 7th, 96% have returned duty. The Defense Casualty Analysis System has become the primary official source for the number of U.S. casualties in the conflict. A CNN review appears to show significant delays in updates. Officials have said the delay is intended to protect service members.
This is a frightening situation, and yeah, they have not been telling us what's been happening in terms of lost equipment, in terms of the cost of the war, and certainly in terms of the service members who have been wounded.
Lee Waldman, KPBS News.
It's going to cost more to fill up your tank. Escalating violence between the U.S. and Iran is driving up oil and gas prices once again. Jen Sullivan explains how long drivers could be feeling the pinch at the pump.
Drivers are paying more for gas once again. Monday, the national average for regular gas was $4 a gallon. That's up 13 cents in a week, according to AAA. It's because the escalating violence between the U.S. and Iran is driving up energy prices.
And the impact on oil prices will be dramatic.
Monday, global oil prices rose above $90 a barrel for the first time in more than a month. There's concerns the ongoing violence in the Middle East will deter oil producers from traveling through the Strait of Hormuz. One vessel traveling through the strait went up in flames when it was struck by what was described as an unknown projectile, the UK Maritime Authority said Monday.
There's no way out of the current impasse because the Iranians are insisting they will control the straits, and we're saying they will not.
Another issue is Iran repeatedly striking energy facilities in the Gulf.
It's about repairing the facilities that were damaged during the war. And the longer we wait, the longer we are going to have an obstruction in supplies.
Experts say the longer this war goes on, the longer oil and gas prices will remain high.
The biggest fear really is not knowing how this conflict will end.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
I don't think it's over. Those are words from a San Diegan who tried to help bring the Invictus Games for wounded service members to this area in 2029. San Diego was not chosen, but KPBS military and veterans reporter Andrew Dyer says local Invictus supporters are not losing hope.
Daejeon, South Korea will host the 2029 Invictus Games. The city won its bid over fellow finalists Denmark and San Diego. Andy Solar is the co-chair of the San Diego Bid Committee. He says this isn't the end of Invictus in San Diego.
We've always said that the Invictus movement, the Invictus spirit is more than just 8 or 9 days of sports once every 2 years, because there was always going to be a plan A and a plan B.
Great Britain's Prince Harry started the Invictus Games in 2014. He's a veteran of the war in Afghanistan. The games highlight adaptive sports and the role they play in recovery for injured service members. It's the first time the Invictus Games will be held in Asia. The Invictus Games Foundation says this will make adaptive sports more accessible to injured service members and veterans there. Solar says local advocates shouldn't look at the foundation's decision as a failure on their part.
I mean, the outpouring of support in the community for the Invictus Games was just unbelievable. It's like nothing I've ever seen in my life.
As a community, San Diego already offers a relatively large amount of support to recovering service members and veterans. He says that might have even worked against the city in its bid.
So when they look to place the games, they look to place them in places where they will do the most good.
He says even if it's not the 2029 Games, he's committed to hosting an Invictus event of some kind. He's going back to Great Britain next month to meet again with the foundation.
Everybody wanted the games to come to San Diego. I don't think it's over by any stretch of the imagination. We'll be in and around the Invictus movement for years to come. And at some stage, it will be in San Diego. I'm positive.
In the meantime, Solar says San Diego will have a delegation representing the city at the 2027 Games in Birmingham, England, and again in Korea in 2029. Andrew Dyer, KPBS News.
Wildlife officials have rescued what is believed to be a member of California's Big Bear bald eagle family, and it happened over the weekend. Workers believe the eagle was injured during a fight, and now they're trying to nurse the injured eagle back to health. Joy Benedict has a report.
It is a turf fight in the sky as Shadow is holding it down and protecting his home and family high above Big Bear Lake.
Yeah, we're concerned. It is nature. It's kind of hard, to not take a team.
Daryl and Peggy Davis drove up to Fonskendi Eagle Watch after hearing Jackie was injured over the weekend.
I'm hoping that she'll recover because she's just so wonderful to watch.
This was video of Jackie in the lake on Friday taken by neighbors, walking, not flying. Within a few hours, she was under attack, apparently taking on 2 subadults. But Big Bear's famous flyer didn't take to the sky, so neighbors called the San Bernardino County Fire Department, which held vigil for hours, finally getting a hold of help.
They'd called multiple places and were not getting any response. And so my team called me and said, can we go? And I said, absolutely.
The San Dimas Raptor Center flew up the mountain and was able to capture the eagle now believed to be Jackie.
The adult eagle that we picked up was sick, very sick. There were no physical injuries, so we were able to look at, do a quick assessment, look at her wings and things like that. There was nothing obvious. But she was very skinny and underweight.
Friends at Big Bear Valley say Jackie had only once been in the nest in the last couple of weeks, as Shadow had been catching all the fish for fledglings Luna and Sandy. It's not clear if Jackie was ill or injured fighting off 2 subadults that had flown into town. The same bird's Shadow had also been seen fighting.
It is normal raptor behavior because these subadults are trying to find their own territory.
Normal or not, nature can be cruel.
They are coming and finding this beautiful lake in Big Bear, and they're saying, hey, I want to live here too. And so they're scoping out the territory and trying to make themselves known so they can establish themselves.
As for Jackie, she's now in Ventura County. For although San Dimas rescued her, they are not certified to rehabilitate her. But those watching in person and online are just hopeful to see her fly home again soon.
She's fierce. She obviously got injured, but hopefully not enough to where they can't release her again.
Well, we're going to see temperatures rise for some of us as we go throughout the rest of the week. Those low clouds at night and early in the morning, they're spreading further inland. We're talking about to the west-facing slopes of the mountains, and we have monsoonal moisture to talk about. That's bringing some rainfall chances. But first, what to expect for tonight. Upper 70s for Borrego Springs, 72 in San Diego, and 70 in Chula Vista. Warming up a little bit there along the coast for our overnight lows. Temperatures for tomorrow, well, not too bad in San Diego, 78 degrees, so not a huge temperature departure there from low to high. 81 in Oceanside, 108 in Borrego Springs, and we're in the 90s somewhere like Ramona. Now, taking a look at the rainfall, not great chances the next day or two. We do see some cloud cover at times, so also expect the humidity to kind of ebb and flow over the next 24, 48 hours. It's later in the week that we're going to have better chances for some rain, mainly into the mountains and our desert regions. Let's take a look at the next 5 days, though, starting with the coast. So temperatures, not too much variation overall. We're talking about low 80s. Really, across the board, we go from 81 Wednesday to 82 by the time we get to Sunday. Further inland, a little bit more of a departure, 85 Wednesday with the humidity, and then we get hot for the weekend, 92 as we look at Saturday and Sunday. So maybe take a trip over to the beach or something for your weekend plans. Into our mountains, well, we're in the 70s for midweek, and by the time we get to Sunday, we are looking at the mid-80s, warming up 10 degrees between now and then. And then we see the 110 and above. It's back in the desert regions. Now, Thursday, Friday in the mountains and the desert, that's when we have our rain chances. It's not a lot of rain. It's not a huge rain chance, but something that I just want you to be prepared for. I want to give you that early heads up, but a better early heads up. I mean, 112, 112, 111, 112. Limit your time outside. Hydrate if you have to be outside. I mean, it's that mid-July heat in the desert. For KPBS News, I'm AccuWeather's Anna Azalian.
For years, the abandoned California Theater has stood vacant in the heart of downtown. We're now learning the fate of the building that's been shuttered since 1990. It was bought by the Prebys Foundation, who says it is preparing the site for demolition. No final development plans have been determined. The foundation says the acquisition marks an important step in its broader vision of a vibrant arts and culture centered downtown. The theater opened in 1927 as a movie theater, once known as the Cathedral of the Motion Picture. The foundation expects to close the property on July 31st. Comic-Con is one of the largest pop culture conventions in the world, and that's why KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando says it's the perfect place to launch the new Anime San Diego convention.
Comic-Con has showcased anime for decades and embraced its fandom along the way. That's why Colin Bass, the marketing director of Anime San Diego, cites Comic-Con as one reason he has his job.
I'm from San Diego. My whole origin of this job started from these halls right here at San Diego Comic-Con. Now we are having a convention here in this iconic place.
That's right. Anime San Diego will be following in Comic-Con's footsteps and taking over halls E through H at the San Diego Convention Center over Labor Day weekend.
We're going to have over 50 celebrity guests, over 400 vendors. We have been doing cons for over 5 years. We do Anime Pasadena, Anime Riverside, Anime Las Vegas.
And Bass says there's no better place to promote Anime San Diego than at Comic-Con. He won't be hosting any panels, but he will be hosting a pair of after parties.
They're at Park Nightclub on July 22nd and 23rd. 22nd is going to be video game themed, and on the 23rd it's going to be anime themed, and we're giving away passes to Anime San Diego. Plus, I'll be wandering around. We'll do some different marketing, different scavenger hunts, stuff like that. So we will be here. We will have a presence.
Because Comic-Con is the apex of fandom. Anime San Diego will debut in September and should not be confused with San Diego Anime Con, which celebrates its 4th year in November. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
That looks like so much fun. Here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. Canada is responding to the U.S.'s latest threat of more tariffs. A longtime Canadian journalist will join NPR's Morning Edition to discuss our northern neighbor's viewpoint on the matter. And if you want a head start on Comic-Con coverage, be sure to tune in to KPBS Midday Edition tomorrow. And find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Have a great evening.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Previs Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.